Look at it, dude. It's insane. Before we start today's video, guys, just want to give a quick reminder. If you guys can go ahead and get that vote in today, super close battle. We really need to get these votes up in these upcoming battles if we make it past this round, guys, if we want any chance. So link is in the description. Log into Facebook, hit that gold star, would be much appreciated. You guys are like asking, like, Kalvin, what the hell are we voting for? So there's this whole competition that I got invited to be a part of called Tuner Battlegrounds, and essentially it's like a road to SEMA. So the final 2 people battle it off in SEMA with their builds. So it'd be really cool to go ahead and showcase the 240. Obviously there's a lot of things we need to get done before that, but I mean, that's like an honor that we're even being asked to be a part of this. So go ahead, if you guys have a quick 10 seconds, hit the link and go ahead and vote, would be awesome. So as you guys saw, we have our valve covers are over there. Well, they're already dry. We painted those in the last video, but today I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing primed up really quick. I went ahead and, as you guys can see, it's all scuffed up. Went ahead and did a little bit of filling back here with like some glazing putty. There's some cracks back here, and if you guys can kind of tell, but so we went ahead and used like some of that plastic weld stuff. Got that all back together, so I'm gonna go ahead and just toss some primer on here really quick, and then we'll go ahead and get some base coat, and then we'll clear coat everything, and then we can finally seal the motor back up. So I'm pretty stoked. It's really starting to bug. I really wish I had like a better setting to film and do videos for you guys, man. It's starting to get to me a little bit. I just gotta figure things out as far as like, you know, because I want to get my own place, so essentially I got to find a place, whether it has a garage. If it has a garage, then obviously I can kind of make that into like a little bit of a workshop more so than this is kind of like a home and garage type deal. So otherwise, if not, if it doesn't have a garage, we'll go ahead and look for a smaller bay, like a little shop or something like that to start out with, and just something that is a little bit better, you know, conditions and everything will just look a little bit nicer and more appealing, because right now it's not ideal, you know, and I know it, you know, but we're trying to get there. So if you guys go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, it would really help support the video out and help us grow. So I appreciate it. The primer I'm using is just some of this stuff. Hopefully I have enough. It's just some etch and fill primer, some pretty decent professional. It says professional, so it must be professional, right? Auto Body Master, oh man. So yeah, I don't have much left, but at least it should be good enough to go ahead and get that coated. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that really quick. So actually I had to just go to Home Depot and get some more primer. Imagine that, ran out like midway. So primer's all done, and then I went ahead and put some guide coat. By guide coat I just mean, see that like kind of blackish paint, just a real light dusting so that when we wet sand, we'll know exactly what we've sanded, and it'll show where we need to sand more. So it's just real good, the good old guide coat. Now what I'm about to do is actually work on the 240. I actually got some new wheel bearings for, well, hub assemblies for the front. So I'll show you guys how much play there was in this front wheel, and I drove to H2O like this and back. So as you guys can see, I mean, I already bubbled up my wrap. We're gonna have to rewrap this fender, burnt it a little bit, the tires grooved. I even had to bang in this side of the camber to push it in more, but it just wore out even more on the trip, and she's not happy. One thing I'm gonna go ahead and do though, first off I'm gonna just crack all the nuts loose, some lug nuts, and I'm also gonna go ahead and, oh, I can't though, can I? Right. You gotta loosen your center lock nut for the hub, well, the hub nut, the spindle nut. Unless you have a buddy that can hit the brakes, because otherwise it's just gonna spin. Wait, no it won't, no it won't. It won't spin. Hang on, what am I talking about? It's not gonna spin. Lost my breaker bar, which kinda sucks. What was that, mate? Alright, check this out. You guys are gonna see this. I don't know if it shows up on camera very well. And then the sound is, there's like this deep rumbling noise. You're gonna hear like the rust in the brake rotor right now, but if you can listen, it's like this deep grinding noise. Essentially, this could be like a how to 5-lug swap your car video. It's essentially we're doing it, you know, even though I already have 5 lugs, but it's the same process. So, sorry if I title it that. I don't think I will. The only problem is we now have to take off our whole brake caliper, all that kind of fun stuff. So, by the way, if you guys haven't seen, we have the CTSV calipers on here. I made a video on that. Go ahead and check that out. And then also just recently, I went ahead and painted them in our own little custom Nismo color scheme. They look freaking awesome, clear coated. I mean, it's like a factory finish. They're like super condensated right now, but beautiful. One thing I've noticed, oh my God, wow. Talk about a healthy wheel bearing. One thing I noticed though, look at this ain't good, guys. This is so, oh, also, ow, ow, my back. So if and when we make it to SEMA, we're gonna have to repaint our engine bay because the rubbing from in here created so much heat that actually cracked our paint. Now that has me thinking, do you guys think we should tub the engine bay? Let me know below. But man, this is, oh my, dude, wow. Ideally you want to get new ones, but for now I might have to reuse this man. Temporarily, of course. So then he should slide out. Alright, and now we have, I believe, hang on, let me double check. I think it's a 27, but I could be wrong. Yes, I'm wrong. Okay, 30. It's a 30. The rears, I believe, are 36s. So keep that in mind. Oh! Almost went down there. Oh! This should just, whoop, just like that. This poor guy has seen better days, my friend. Technically you could oh yeah, don't forget about this guy. You need that. Technically you could repack these, rebuild them and such, but for the price of a new set, I mean, they're not OEMs. I don't know which OEM. I think you could use a 300ZX front. Don't quote me, I'm not 100% sure, but I got a new set. It says OEM quality from eBay for, these are actually eBay hubs, so I mean they lasted me almost 5 years, so I really can't complain. Alright, so here we have our new ones. I actually forgot I ordered the ones that came with extended lug nuts, or studs should I say. So essentially they don't come installed, but I just really just checked, I just found this out right now. You put on the ground, you hit the top with a hammer, these ones right here, and eventually a few hits and they actually find themselves knocking right out. So, and to install, you're gonna grab yourself a lug nut, and essentially, I'll show you, it's much easier for me to show you guys. When it comes to put on your new ones, as you guys can see, we have it started, just pushed in, and then I put a lug nut on it. And essentially, you're gonna go ahead and take your impact and just go ahead and as tight as you can, get this thing tight, and it'll essentially suck in the stud. And it has like these little ribbed grooves inside to make it kind of sit in snug. So let's give it a shot. We're gonna give it a shot. Obviously you want to make sure they go in straight, but I mean that worked pretty damn well. So 1 down, 4 to go. So as you guys can see, just looking at them side by side, we got a nice, I don't know, another 10 mil on that stud, so that might help just in longevity and keep some stress out of things. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna clean up the spindle and re-grease it, put some new grease on it, not too much, just enough, and we'll be looking good. Alright, don't forget to put your little washer in before the nut, but oh man, they're a nice amount of resistance, no noise. It's gonna be good. This is gonna be much nicer to drive, man. So we need to torque this down to 150 to 200 foot-pounds. Let's get her done. And then go ahead and put your cotter pin on and put it all back together. Okay. There it is. Again, I definitely recommend getting new ones. I need to get a little cap You know the hubcaps? I need one of those. While the wheels were off, I figured I'd give them a quick little wipe down on the barrels, you know what I mean? Hey, they may be reps, but I keep them clean, you know what I'm saying? Shoot. So much better. You're just hearing the rust in the rotor, guys. Oh, it's silent. It's beautiful. Taking a break. We just got the one side done. Haven't even touched this side. That was our main issue. That probably sounds just as bad. Maybe it doesn't sound as bad, but I know that I'm happy. Moving on, I've been wet sanding this. It takes way longer than you guys even think. I wasn't really able to get in there. I mean, I probably could, but I really don't feel like taking that much time. It's raining now. Perfect. Great. That's good. That's really nice. All right, so coming for the base coat. This is what we got. It's actually a GM color. Hang on. Carbon flash or something like that. This focus, or there we go. Carbon flash. There you go. Really, really metallic-y. Full of metallic. I mean, check this out. Should be pretty cool. I gotta say, the nice thing is about these touch-up guns is that you can essentially get it to a fine point, and I can get inside this little crevice without really any issue. Clear coat is up next, ladies and gentlemen. I just realized we're keeping true to the Oreo theme. If you guys missed, we have our custom RPF ones, which to this day I've never seen anyone with white RPF ones with black barrels, so we're out there. And then here we are, but we have a really gnarly, like crazy metallic black going on the center cover. Once the clear coat goes on it, it's gonna completely bring it to life. These are just super clean looking, man. I'm super excited. This is gonna be, I really think this is gonna be nice. Got my little bug candle, you know, doing work. Now, one thing we have to address, since it's a common thing I've noticed in the comments lately, and I agree with you guys fully. Like, I completely agree with you guys. We have to change the compressor wheel on our turbo. It has a couple nicks in it, man. Just to be clear, guys, just because it has a couple nicks in the wheel doesn't by no means mean that the turbo is bad. It's Garrett internals. There's no shaft play. It spins really freely. It feels good. There's no weird noises or grinding. It's a nice, smooth, quiet turn. And for guys, to be honest, I mean, it's perfect for what we're doing right now. We were gonna stay with stock twins, and going from stock twins to a turbo that's gonna be able to push, you know, 500 wheel horsepower right off the gate is pretty awesome. So I'm excited. You know, it's not a $2,000 Garrett turbo, but we'll get there. We will get there. Trust me. One day we will have a gnarly turbo on this thing once we shoot for high horsepower. So yes, the only thing I have to figure out now is which wheel can I go ahead and use. I have to figure out if I can just go and pick out a 60 mil like Garrett wheel, like a billet wheel or something like that, or how can I figure out, there's so many bugs out today, or how can I figure out which wheel I can go ahead and use. It's a 60 mil turbo, and I would like to get maybe like a billet aluminum wheel, something a little bit lighter, but yeah, that's So I think I might have just done my best ever paint job, to be quite honest with you. This coil cover came out like glass. Nothing flew in it. I don't know how. I mean, especially where we are, where all the bugs around, there's lights and everything like that. I have no idea how he got so lucky. And I did it out of a Harbor Freight paint gun, which blows my mind. Both the base coat and the clear coat. And the clear coat, I mean, guys, it looks like glass. One thing I am kind of upset about is, I mean, it's not really a big deal. It would have taken way too long for the end result to do it like nicely. It's just delete that little tabby thing right there. I don't really care too much. Like I said, eventually we're probably gonna go with the carbon fiber one, and I don't know how this is gonna show up on camera. But I mean, this is, hang on a second. I mean, this is nuts. You know, if you guys look at the reflection of the light, there's no texture. I mean, it's glass. And look at this color, by the way. You know what I'm saying? crazy good. The valve covers, they came out really good too, man. They came out real good. If you guys look at the light, you know, still nice and crisp. If you guys are curious on the whole paint gun, I will have it linked below. Like I said, you can grab it at Harbor Freight. I think it was like 30 bucks max. It's a little touch-up gun too. It's not even like a full-blown. The nice thing is about the touch-up guns, guys, is that they don't waste nearly as much material. I can't get over this, man. It looks so good. They don't waste nearly as much material as it would from like a full-blown paint gun. My 3M gun is great, but honestly, I'm very surprised with the results and like the atomization of the Harbor Freight Special. Like, it's a Harbor Freight gun. Like, how crazy is that? Now, as far as the pressure on the gun, there's no nozzle, so what you get is what you get. I don't know exactly what it is, but as far as PSI, with the trigger fully open, with material coming out, I'm at about 30-35 PSI. That, for me, obviously generated some pretty damn nice results. So I'm stoked. It's nice you can change the fan so it can be a nice little pinpoint and I can get in those little crevices, and then you can change a nice little fan and get that really nice kind of overlap going. I'm really happy. This is awesome. I use Nason clear coat. It's not the best, but I mean, clearly it came out real nice and crystal clear. I'm really happy, man. This just looks so good. So for whatever odd reason, I'm just poking around in here, just looking inside this engine, and I don't know if you guys can, I don't know if I'll be able to show this or not. Hang on a second. Where are you? It almost looks like a washer. Hang on. Got a magnet. Let me see if I can get this out really quick. Hang on a second. There's something in there. 100%. That is definitely something. I just don't know how to get it out. Oh my god. Can I fish it out? Dude. Dude. I just pulled that out from my 2JZ, brother. Whoa, brother man. Okay. The step that you don't want to forget, and I feel like a lot of people kind of may forget this, is just go ahead and put some silicone in between like the front of the cam. So the two little notches. Get yourself a little bit of sealant. I'm using some Ultra Black. Shout out to Permatex. Let me get that sponsorship. And basically, you're just going to go ahead and kind of fill in that crevice. It'll seal up real good. All good like. Easy as that. You want to make sure you're all nice and clean everywhere. I have new hardware coming, so one thing, guys, one thing that I learned today, this is what we learned, this is what I learned. When you're painting valve covers, be sure to give the whole valve cover, even all these little seams, a really good clean with brake clean. That's a step I missed, and I don't know if you guys can see, but, you know, I'm pointing out my mistakes so you guys don't make them. Sorry, that was not in focus the whole time. But just down there, it's kind of sort of barely noticeable on camera, a little bit more in person. It's a little bit yellow. Some of the oil, I think, kind of bleached in, so bummer. I guess I could kind of touch that area up, and you know, it's not really the end of the world, but just as a top tip, guys, make sure to, all in these little seams right here, I think it leaked out from there and just, or maybe even from the gasket from underneath, because I left the original gasket in and I never cleaned the inside of the whole like galleyway. There's some oil in there and I think it kind of made its way out, so I think the paint kind of sucked it out. So lesson learned. Of course I had to go white, you know, on these, the most noticeable color that you're going to see a discoloration on. Of course. Still can't get over how nice this piece came out, man. Came out epic. Damn. All right then. Okay, yeah, I'm about that. You know, new oil cap coming too, so don't mind that. Okay, that's pretty damn good. This looks insane. This looks freaking unbelievably good. Let me know what you guys feel like in the comments below. This color, when you see, right now it just looks like a nice gloss black, but once that sun comes out or a light hits it, or if in person you just look at it, ooh lord, I'm happy, man. Results came out good, real good. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you guys did, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Would really help the channel grow, for sure. Really do appreciate anyone out there who watches the daily content, or almost daily, about at least five videos a week. That's pretty damn good. You guys are awesome. Get that vote in, subscribe, turn those notifications on, follow me, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, all down below. You get that's where all the sneak peeks are given, that's where all the little updates are given. You guys don't want to miss out. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good night. Peace.